SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
When addiction takes control, getting help can change everything. Parkwood Behavioral Health System offers compassionate, evidence-based addiction treatment for adults right here in Mississippi. Take the first step today. Visit parkwoodbhs.com. Healing starts here. With limited exceptions, physicians are not employees or agents of this facility.
Your teams, your town, your source, that's Y'all Sports, and this is Y'all Sports Radio, and I am Cliff Furr, the Y'all and Y'all Sports, fired up today, if you can't hear it in my voice, to be back in the SuperTalk 102.1 studios with my man Brandon Shamatara. Brandon was out last week, and Brandon, I was flying solo, but I had a great guest. Coach Lisa Covington came in, and she's next up, the July 29th, 30th, somewhere in there. Her season gets started with Brookhaven Academy softball. Did you get a chance to listen to the show?
Man, I haven't. Listen, between tornadoes coming through the area, keeping me really, really busy, and, hey, took off a few days, Cliff. I needed a few days. I had to let my hair down. A buddy of mine invited me to go do a little red fishing down there in the swampland. And so,
did you catch any?
Oh man, we had just such a great experience. Caught limits 2 days. There was 8 of us fishing, and man, we just had a blast.
That's good.
Anytime you can listen, if catching fish was just extra, right? Yeah. And all our listeners who do things such as hunting and fishing and things of that nature, we know that the sport is a lot of fun, but man, just the camaraderie with your friends.
That's right.
And these were a couple of old high school teammates and some other folks, and
some lies were told.
Yeah, man. I got to be a hero. Around everybody again. They
remember that big block you threw against Lee, and,
and I just keep making the stories sound better and better, Cliff.
Yeah.
And that's what we're supposed to do. The older we get, the actual event wasn't as good, but the ability to tell the story, which you do so well, just continues to get so much better.
What do we say? I learned this from my dad, Bobby Furr. Never let the truth get in the way of a good story, okay? So yeah, man, well, I had a good time, but definitely missed you. Excited to have you back. We're talking softball again. Well, it feels like we're talking a lot of softball, but, I'm okay with that because, man, I'm just going to be just honest. I love softball. I've been watching the College World Series every night until the final pitch, and that will make you bleary-eyed this time of year. Look, we've all got the stuff that we love, right? Like I've worked with people, I'm friends with people. My neighbor Missy, she might stay up late watching tennis from the Australian Open.
Yeah.
There are people who watch every Braves game. Yes. My buddy Tony Norton and I were talking the other day, and Tony said he tries to watch every single one. I'm like, brother, that's 162.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
My neighbor Prentice watches every Saints game like he's, got something mentally ill with him. But I
Does
love.
he wear sweatbands and things on?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. But if they're
shouts out to Prentice.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna have Prentice on later to talk World Cup with us this summer at some point. But yeah, the College World Series in softball just provides so much drama, man. Yes. And even with our guest today not being in it anymore, because, folks, we'll go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. We have got Abby Grace Richardson from Brookhaven Academy, Copiah Lincoln Community College, and most recently the College World Series where she played with Mississippi State. We've got AG coming in. Super excited to talk to her about her experience in Oklahoma City and just the Cinderella run. I mean, man, we talk about, Brandon, we talk about David and Goliath. We use that analogy. I mean, it's as good as we've got when we talk about the underdog defeating the favored opponent. But when you talk about the 3-game series that Mississippi State won at Oklahoma in Norman, to make it to the College World Series, to knock off the Sooners. David and Goliath doesn't even feel big enough, dog.
No,
so we got to come up with something new.
No, it doesn't. And then you hear stories like Abby Grace, and you're like, man, it makes the moment so much bigger than it was on television, and so much fun to watch. Can't wait to get her in here and pick her brain. I just love the story behind the story, which is packing your stuff up, getting on the bus. Where are you guys eating? Where are you stopping and resting? And tell me about the experience, because that's the fun part. Those are the memories that are going for those games. You can always go back and watch them, but you'll always have those memories in your mind of spending time with your teammates and all that it took to get to that moment. I'm so excited to have her on.
And I always appreciate Abby Grace's mom, Renee. We go way back. Renee sent me an email once after Abby Grace's senior year at Brookhaven Academy finished, which it finished in a very storybook fashion there. They won a state championship her senior year. And she sent me an email, and she said, Cliff, I just want to thank you, because at that time I was in the newspaper, and she said, hey, I've got this senior scrapbook of Abby Grace's final season, and it's got all these articles and these things that she wrote about her. She was area MVP. She was offensive MVP when she was younger. I've just been a huge fan of Abby Grace for a long time, and I wrote about it on Y'all Sports last week, but I've just always believed in her, man. When she went to Mississippi State, people would say, they would ask me, they'd say, you think she's going to be able to hit? And I'd be like, yeah, absolutely. I've never seen her not hit. And so we're going to get into all that, how she finished off her senior season, what's next for her, and a lot of good stuff. We're super excited to have AG coming in and join us today on Y'all Sports Radio. We wouldn't be able to do this without our sponsors, and we have got a great group of sponsors. You heard they're even in the theme song, Bank of Brookhaven and Toyota Brookhaven, yow, as the song goes. We also want to thank our buddy Brandon Shamatara with State Farm Insurance, Sam Ballard with Good Hope Land and Timber, and our friends at Juan Seed Store for how they support us, and they allow us to have podcasts after the episode airs. You can always find Y'all Sports Radio wherever you find your podcast. You'll find Y'all Sports Radio there. Brandon, talking about the calendar as far as sports goes right now, it really is a cool time of year to be into sports. I mean, look, we don't have, obviously we're in the South and we love college football and we love high school football, and we're working towards that. But at the same time, we've got the NBA finals, we've got the NHL finals, we've got what about the drama in the regionals?
Hey, I'll be the first to admit, like, I grew up an Ole Miss Rebel fan, and just things didn't work out. I wasn't big enough to go play there. But I've always been an Ole Miss fan, all right, until they play Arkansas State. But I'll be the first to tell you that I am a fair-weather Ole Miss baseball fan, okay? I just didn't grow up loving baseball, but, man, I love the SEC tournament and the regionals, super regionals, all the way to Omaha. Man, just so much fun, and just the weather, and you're playing into midnight, and then they're canceling the game. You got to get up and play one inning the next morning. I mean, and then you're like, well, the odds are against it. And then next thing you know, bang, here we go, wins. And then you got teams like Troy upsetting Florida.
Troy and Little Rock playing for a chance to go. That's what makes.
That's Trojans on Trojans.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. That's right. Trojans on Trojans. And Lance, shout out to Lance Newman, everybody's favorite Troy alum.
Yes. He played at Troy.
He did. He played at Troy.
I got to give it to you, Lance. I've always looked up to you, buddy. You're just so handsome and strapping. And you remind me of like a Greek Udonis.
Oh, he did. Yeah. Lance will be in the Odyssey coming to theaters later this fall. So. I saw Butch Thompson from Auburn, and he was talking about how Auburn had to come back out of the losers bracket, and he was like, why do we say that we're worried about like our student athletes like welfare when we have these games where we have to like pitch these guys, and they have to they pitched earlier in the weekend and things like that. And I just wanted to say, like, all right, Butch, this is what makes it fun. This is what makes it special. Yeah. Battling through those weather delays, battling through those. If you don't want to deal with that stuff, maybe win your first game.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you another thing: how they just these extra innings, and then they're just pulling pitchers, and then you think, hey, they're out of people in the bullpen. Nobody else. They're going to get somebody out of the stands. And then the next thing, then they win and play the next day, and you're like, where did they find this guy? He's out there throwing heat.
They got some guy that's been sitting on the bench all year waiting for a moment like that.
While not being a baseball guy, I love that part of it. It's that's the total team aspect of it to me. Is like, man, how deep can you go? Everybody's got a place.
We love the drama and we love the stories on Y'all Sports Radio, and we have got a great story. When we come back from our first break, we are going to have Abby Grace Richardson on Y'all Sports Radio. Stay tuned in.
Good Hope Land and Timber is a full-service land and timber company that offers years of experience in forestry and land management. Our services include timber and land purchasing, timber management, plantation thinning, and development harvesting. Our company has an experienced logging force that is trained according to the Sustainable Forestry Initiative and best management practices. Give Sam Ballard a call at 601-669-5999 for all your timber harvesting and land management needs.
Welcome to Juan's Seed Store, your go-to spot for all your farming and agriculture needs right here in Brookhaven. Located at 636 Greenview Trail, we're much more than just a seed store. Need boots? We've got you covered with Durango, Rocky, Muddy, and Gator Wader brands. And if you're looking for style, rock and roll denim will keep you looking sharp while you work. We also carry durable key overalls and workwear. Shop with us Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Juan Seed Store, where we're so much more than just a seed store.
All right, we're back on Y'all Sports Radio. I'm Cliff Furr, joined as always by my friend and co-host Brendan Shamatara, and we have got Abby Grace Richardson in the studio. And AG, man, we've got so much to talk about, so many questions that I want to ask you about this awesome journey you've been on this senior season playing softball for Mississippi State. But I guess the thing I want to start off with first is, what's next for you?
I was actually supposed to start nursing school yesterday.
Okay.
But I decided that would be nearly impossible, so I am going to try to go back in January.
Okay. All right. Where had you gotten accepted in nursing school?
I got accepted into the fast track program at Southern Miss.
Okay.
But I don't know if I'm going to try Southern again or UMC.
Okay, so we know that nursing is our future, but we just got to kind of take a pause right here and catch our breath, right?
Yeah.
I bet your parents were supportive of that, right?
Very.
Yeah. You got plenty of years to go out and work and all that, yeah. But when your senior season started, did you think that it was going to end in Oklahoma City?
I knew there was always a chance. I had told my parents, actually, that this team was very special and that we could go very far, and I saw it coming. It was midway through the season. I was kind of questioning it. Yeah, because you guys started out non-conference, you're just blowing folks out, and then you get into the meat grinder that is the SEC schedule, and you wind up going 9-15 in the SEC. Mm-hmm. For folks that just don't understand, they just watch casually as fans, tell me, AG, what is the biggest difference in playing high school softball in Mississippi and then community college softball in Mississippi and then going and facing SEC pitching? It is a complete new ball game. It is something like I have never seen before. When you go from seeing 65 max, you start seeing Carlin Pickens throwing 76. It's so different. It's crazy.
And your reaction time has got to be just. I mean, are there times where you're putting the bat out there and you're guessing like, all right, I think this is where it's going to be?
I mean, you basically have to start your swing before she releases the ball. So you have to be able to, like you start your swing when she's at the top of her pitching motion, and you have to be able to shut it down if it is a ball.
Yeah.
Hey, I know from experience, from the Lloyd Star practice.
Yeah, we made Brandon bat against Layla Burt this year, and he
I accidentally hit one.
He made contact. Yeah, super proud. He had to go to the physical therapist next week, but he made contact. I was telling Brandon earlier before you came in, I had to watch every pitch last night of Tech in Alabama. And then I'm going to do that with Tech and Texas whenever that series plays out. It just feels like somebody posted this on social media last night, and they said, like, how do we not have a professional league where we can watch this? Right. Because it feels like college softball every year, it just kind of captures the attention of the whole country. How did it feel to be part of that as a player?
That was honestly a dream come true. We walked out there, and I was just looking around. I actually walked straight into the fence. Because I was just looking at the crowd. Like, I have never seen that many people at a softball game in my entire life.
Yeah. How loud was it?
Honestly, playing at Oklahoma was louder.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah.
That was the loudest I've ever been around.
You couldn't, if you were writing it for like a script for like a movie, I just don't think you could write it any better than the Oklahoma series. You go in there game one, you punch him in the mouth, and you come back from being down. Tell me about that iconic picture that I'm sure Renee is going to have framed.
Oh, it's already framed.
It's already framed of you sliding into second. I mean, AG, when you're in a role where you don't know if you're going to pinch hit, you don't know if somebody's going to bat for you, how do you mentally stay ready for those moments?
Well, I had told Coach Ricketts, I was like, I will do whatever I need to do for this team. And I had really embraced that role, definitely in the OU series. And I knew, like, they just kept letting us hang around, and we kept coming back, and we kept punching them, and they were punching us. And I knew my opportunity was going to come up. And when it did, I was extremely ready.
Yeah.
Brandon and I were talking earlier, and I was telling him about, you know, from your junior year to your senior year, right? I was telling Brandon earlier, you played in 13 games your junior season. Your senior season, you played in 58 games. Tell me about the amount of work that went in to get ready for your senior year.
Well, my junior year was a learning curve for me. It was, like you said, it was so different. It was a complete new ball game. And, I mean, over the summer, I had my exit meeting with Coach Ricketts, and I told her, I was like, I'm going to do whatever it takes. And she told me what I needed to work on, and I was in prospects, the hitting academy, pretty much every day. And I worked on it and figured it all out, went to some hitting coaches, and I was prepared by my senior year.
And is it hitting off a tee? Is it facing live pitching? Is it a mix of all those things?
It's pretty much anything you could think of. We did a lot of machine work, and those machines, you can tune them, and they'll throw exactly what the pitchers you're going to face is going to throw. And, I mean, it took a lot of a mixture of that and tee work just to get the mechanics down. And
because if you're facing 75, you can't just get somebody from Enterprise to come throw it to you 75. You need a machine for that, right?
Exactly, and that's the hardest part is the timing of it.
So you win game one in memorable fashion, and then Oklahoma kind of flexes their muscle in game two. What was the locker room like after that game two in Oklahoma?
Well, I mean, in game two, we had one bad inning, technically. Yeah. They scored all their runs in one inning. And, I mean, we all knew, like, the scoreboard made it look worse than it really was. Yeah. So we were like, I think we're going to be okay. Everybody was like, we're just going to brush it off. And then we got back on the bus, and we still sang our music, had a good time, and then we were ready for the next day.
All right, well, give me the playlist. What are some of the top songs that the Lady Dogs were rocking with?
The top song is Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue by Toby Keith.
Oh.
That was the number one song. We sang it every day.
Yeah. Even before the Oklahoma series?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
But that started at Baylor, which was our first tournament of the year.
Yeah. Yes. Your first tournament of the year where you had hit a home run, your first at-bat. Did that kind of like let you know, like, all right, hey, I'm here. This is going to be a different year?
It did. It kind of felt, honestly, surreal because it was opposite field, too. And I didn't even know I hit it. I was just swinging at that point because I was so nervous. My legs were numb in the batter's box. But, yeah, after I hit that ball, I knew. I was like, all right, we're back. It's me.
Yeah.
And so, like, all the hard work leading up to your senior season, and then you have that moment, you know, kind of when you had time to reflect, you know, how does that feel to you?
It was crazy. Honestly, like, there's no way to describe my senior season. It was everything I could have wanted it to be.
Yeah, just the memories, man, and the stories. Just we were talking before you came in. We love the stories behind the story that everybody else sees. And just hearing about your journey has just been so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. So Toby Keith, I mean, that's like another like thread that's like meant to be, because you're singing Toby Keith all year, and then you go to Oklahoma, and when we think about Toby Keith, we think about the Oklahoma Sooners. It was a huge RIP. Shout out to Toby Keith. And so all right, so game 3, you guys just absolutely just drag them. Yeah. I mean, the dugout must have been, because it snowballed, and it was like you could see the smiles and the belief and knowing that y'all were going to win that game. I mean, it was amazing, right?
I have chill bumps right now thinking about it. It was crazy. And Delaney Everett was just a straight up dog the entire game.
Oh, man.
Insane.
Mississippi State legend for the rest of her life, wherever she plays next year.
All the best wishes to her.
You could get another year, huh?
I don't know. I would have to take it to court and do the whole NCAA.
Oh, yeah.
NCAA and
Diego Pavada. Yeah, you'd have to. Pavia. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just saying, if you wanted to take it to court, we could get a GoFundMe going real quick.
Yeah.
Get Joey Norton and Brad Burner on the phone.
I think I'm happy with where my career ended.
That's a good word. She ends her high school career as a state champion. She begins her junior college career as a national champion, and she ends her Mississippi State career at the College World Series. Yeah, if we said write it up as a movie, you wouldn't believe it, of just how perfectly it all aligned, and not without difficulties, not without things to overcome, right? I can remember your 9th grade year. You guys lost in a state championship series at Brookhaven Academy, and everybody said, "Oh, well, they'll win it next year, or they'll win it the year after that," and it didn't happen until your senior year. So that kind of taught you some lessons early on in your career, didn't it?
It definitely taught me how to lose and then how to fight for what I wanted and the win I wanted. And I mean, that freshman year was devastating for us. Yeah. And then finally being able to win it my senior year was. It was top tier.
Clinton Christian, the big rivals.
Yep.
and Coach Covington was in last week, and she was telling me that Brookhaven Academy's in a new district this year, and she was listing out all the schools. She was like Cathedral, ACS, Clinton Christian. I said, "Oh man, let's get that rivalry back going." Yeah. Look, my favorite aspect of that Clinton Christian rivalry is the fact that when you won a national championship at Colin, you hit a memorable grand slam in the deciding game off of a pitcher from Clinton Christian. And I'm watching it at home, and I'm like, man, I think even though the bases were loaded, I'm like, I think I would walk Abby Grace right here, because she's batted off this girl approximately 700 times in her career, and she cranks that thing out, and our whole family, I think I hollered so loud I almost passed out, Abby Grace.
They actually hit me before I hit that ball, and they said I leaned into it.
Okay, all right, yeah. If they could go back, they just said, you know what, give her the bag
because of that.
Yeah, give her the bag. Well, look, we got lots more to talk about, and lots more to get into when we get back. We're going to throw it to a break real quick, and when we get back, we'll have more with Abby Grace Richardson here on Y'all Sports Radio.
And the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. Brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
Good Hope Land and Timber is a full-service land and timber company that offers years of experience in forestry and land management. Our services include timber and land purchasing, timber management, plantation thinning, and development harvesting. Our company has an experienced logging force that is trained according to the Sustainable Forestry Initiative and best management practices. Give Sam Ballard a call at 601-669-5999 for all your timber harvesting and land management needs.
Welcome to Juan's Seed Store, your go-to spot for all your farming and agriculture needs right here in Brookhaven. Located at 636 Greenview Trail, we're much more than just a seed store. Need boots? We've got you covered with Durango, Rocky, Muddy, and Gator Wader brands. And if you're looking for style, rock and roll denim will keep you looking sharp while you work. We also carry durable key overalls and workwear. Shop with us Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Juan Seed Store, where we're so much more than just a seed store.
All right, we have to give credit where credit is due. We want to thank our man Randy for the Toby Keith on the bumper there. That was on time for real. We're here with Abby Grace Richardson. This is Y'all Sports Radio. I'm Cliff Ferb, joined by my friend and co-host Brandon Shamantara. AG, I didn't get to go to Oklahoma City. My wife is a huge fan of you since going back to Co-Lin, and she was ready if I said go, but couldn't make it happen. I was still working at that time, my teaching job. But holy cow, did half of Lincoln County go up there, okay? And we're not going to get you to name names or anything, but I saw so many pictures of folks. And what I loved were how many current Brookhaven Academy softball players went with their parents taking them. Tell me just about how much love you felt there in Oklahoma City.
I felt so supported. There were all of my Coach Becky, Coach Mel had texted me. She couldn't make it, obviously, but Coach Lisa was there. Like, my mom's coaches from BHS were there. There were so many people. I've never expected all the support.
You know, when we were talking last week with Coach Covington, and she was about to leave and go watch you, and she was talking about being assistant coach at Brookhaven High when she first got hired, and your mom playing. Your mom was a great softball player in her day. Played at Co-Lin. Tell me about your first memories of, like, when did you know softball was going to be a big part of your life? Was it at birth?
Actually, I was never all crazy gung-ho softball until I started playing travel ball for the Attack. That's when I started loving it. That's when I fell in love with the game.
I Googled and found an old picture, an Attack picture. I think maybe y'all were like in playing 10U or 8U somewhere in there, and a murderer's row of talent.
Oh, yeah.
Atlanta Johnson, you, Madison Moak, A.R. Sharp's older sister, Sky Sharp. I mean, just a bunch of future college softball players. And I loved the pictures that your mom shared of you and Atlanta Johnson growing up, playing elite, playing Attack together. Talk to me about some of those relationships. I mean, how crazy was that to have somebody you played with playing travel ball, you played against her from when she was at Parkland, you were Brookhaven Academy, and then you're going against each other at the College World Series.
I mean, that's lifelong friendships, and she will be in my life for the rest of it. It was just so surreal. I got to end my career by the person I started it with.
Yeah.
And, I mean, great family, great people.
Great people. You see her dad at a softball field every time you go to one.
Yep. And he was my travel ball coach, one of them. He was the assistant for the Attack for years. Yeah.
I mean, if we could probably get you to rank all your favorite and least favorite softball facilities from Mandeville to Madison, and you'd have a heck of a list. So travel ball is kind of what got you falling in love with the game, right?
Yes.
Your brother Hunter, great hitter in his own right, played at Enterprise and then at Jones and Co-Lin. Did you play a lot of yard ball growing up?
All the time. He taught me everything I know about the game. I never had a hitting coach growing up. It was always my brother.
That's a great – and listen, there are a lot of other folks that I've heard stories like that. Like we had Evan Holyfield that played at Co-Lin this year. Evan was a good player. JC, his little sister, was on the Pearl River National Championship team, and got to know them a little bit through Evan playing at Co-Lin. Evan came and visited our church a lot over the years. And they would talk about that brother-sister relationship where their parents decided, they said we could have a pool or a hitting cage and a batting cage. And they put a batting cage in, and just the hours spent out there, one pitching to the other, that adds up, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, he literally taught me everything I know, even if it was from watching him to him teaching me, because I never had a true hitting coach until – late high school, early college.
Wow.
Hey, it just comes naturally.
Who needs one?
Yeah. It just comes naturally. Yeah. And I've always told people when they ask me like about your game, I'd say, man, she's got great hand-eye coordination. And I think that you could also see that in where you play in the field. If folks don't know, they put UTL beside your name sometimes in softball. That stands for utility. And you really were a utility player in your career at Brookhaven Academy. I saw you play shortstop. I saw you catch.
Yep.
At Colin, I saw you catch, also shortstop, right? At Mississippi State, you played left field, center field, first base. This year, didn't you play some shortstop last year?
I didn't play shortstop last year,
Okay.
but this year I started the season in center.
Okay.
Then I went to first, and then I went back to center, and then I played left, and I played right, and then I even played an inning at second.
Wow.
I played
Wow.
everywhere.
Well, when you can throw the ball as hard as you can, there's a place for you to be. And usually first base isn't the place where you put somebody with an arm like you. Tell me about the work that you had to do to become a first baseman.
First baseman is the hardest position I've ever had to learn how to play.
Wow.
I was clueless last year, but I figured it out, I guess.
Yeah, I would say you figured it out. You made some great plays over there. I know you're. It seemed like you and your catchers had a great connection. Of y'all were always looking for that person sleeping, right?
Yeah.
And you were always ready for the throwdown. Well, look, when we were talking about Oklahoma earlier, and we're talking about the storybook 3-game series, one of the coolest threads in that whole thing is the fact that Samantha Ricketts, your head coach at Mississippi State, is a Sooner legend. I mean, she is one of the greatest players to ever play there. I think a lot of people think that she might coach there one day, honestly, when Coach Gasso retires. And I've heard my friend Kat Wallace talk about Coach Ricketts and just the love and respect that she has for her. For somebody that doesn't know, what makes Coach Ricketts so special?
Coach Ricketts she cares about her players. As a person, she cares about her relationship with Christ and our relationships with Christ. And you don't often get that in the college setting. But she is truly an amazing person. I would not want anybody else to finish my career with. She was the best D1 softball coach I could have ever chosen.
Yeah. And speaking of chosen, when you're coming out of high school, you're graduating from Brookhaven Academy. You had some Division I offers, McNeese, Southeastern Louisiana, some strong programs were trying to get you to come play there, but you decided to play at Colin. And I know that Coach Malia Howard, she's been a guest on our show before. I can remember her telling me that when you were in 9th grade, she was recruiting you like you were a senior. Tell me how you feel about Coach Mel.
I would not trade my 2 years at Colin for anything, and Coach Mel is the main reason for that. I told my mom in the 7th grade, when she was still coaching at Lawrence County and I was playing at Enterprise, I told my mom, I said, I'm going to play for her one day. And then
that gave me chills.
I know. And she went to Colin, and I just knew there was nobody else I wanted to play for.
You got a common theme there, Cliff, with Coach Howard. I mean, people just, they wouldn't trade it for anything.
That's right.
Yeah. Hey, Abigail's got 3 rapid-fire questions for you. You ready?
Okay.
All right. What was the reception like when you got back to Starkville?
We never went back until after the World Series. But when we got there, it was kind of like a get and go. It was more of our hotels when all of our parents and everything was there. That was the very special moment. Everybody was just giving us love and compassion, and it was great.
Outstanding. Best player you ever faced?
The best player I've ever faced would probably Naja Kennedy or Caitlin Terry.
Yeah. All right. Greatest memory from your time of playing softball?
It's going to either be beating Oklahoma for the series or winning the national championship at Colin. They're pretty both. I can't really break those.
Well, we don't want to make you. We don't want to make you. But those are 2 awesome ones. And look, give me a little analysis. What do you think about Texas and Texas Tech?
I want Texas to win it. I'm not going to lie, but I don't know if they have the pitching to withstand Texas Tech.
Yeah, man. And look, I want to. I just this works out perfect because I'm going to write about this later today. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'm watching the game last night, and Naja gets pulled, and Coach Glasgow's on her. And then if you listen to the press conference afterward, she shook off what the pitching coach told her to throw, and she threw something else, and it got sent out the yard. And I saw people on social media kind of getting on him a little bit. I just don't think people realize this. And Brandon, I think you agree with this as well. Great players want to be coached hard, right? Tell me about, you're a great player, you're a competitor. What's the difference? Like, if you're not getting coached hard, you're not going to win, right?
Yeah, I mean, when we came into the fall this year, we asked Ricketts. We were like, we want more. We want it to be harder. We want every day at practice to be harder. And it was.
Wait, hold on. Pump the brakes.
She dialed it up, huh?
She made it harder. That was probably the hardest fall I'd ever been a part of. But
just the conditioning and just
yes.
So
just the grind.
Yeah.
Our running test was 21 gassers this year.
Under what time?
18 seconds. Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
I bet go ahead and cut me, Coach.
That was full gassers too, 100 yards.
Cliff would have a knee injury before that started.
I'll be a heck of a manager.
Yeah, that was rough, but hey, it paid off.
Yeah. Just so you know, that's comparable to a college football conditioning test.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, all right, but like 38 seconds is what Brandon had to get in.
No.
18.
16.
16, yeah.
Nope.
Well, and I just feel like, the world that we live in today, especially the way there are cameras everywhere and they're quick to criticize, but I'm like, hey, this is the stuff that championship coaches do. You just don't see it day to day, right? They hold you accountable for everything that you do. And then if that happens in practice, then what happens in the games? Yeah,
exactly. At practice, we were holding each other accountable is one of the most important things you can do because it will show in a game if you let it slip every day at practice. And, I mean, that was our big thing. We had a leadership group throughout the whole fall and spring practices, and if we saw it, we'd send them to the fence. And we would hold people accountable, hold ourselves accountable, and so would Coach Ricketts.
Yeah, that makes coaching a lot easier.
Oh, my gosh. That's a coach's dream.
Exactly.
That's really a coach's dream. I hear coaches say this all the time. Great coaches, they say, listen, my voice only goes so far, but the voice of my players can – sometimes you have teammates that's the only thing they'll listen to is maybe the voice of one of their teammates. Were there times where it felt like when you got into SEC play and the wins weren't coming as easy, did it feel like folks maybe weren't all pulling the rope in the same direction?
With this team, it never really felt like we were on a different page.
Okay.
We always knew what our end goal was, and I think our saying was keep priming the pump. Because of a well back in the old days or whatever. T-Brat would
That's still a thing today.
Yeah. But T-Brat would tell the story of how you always had to prime the pump and keep pushing it and keep pushing it, and finally the water would overflow.
Yeah.
And we kept priming the pump, and it overflowed
Oh,
at Oklahoma.
man.
I love it.
That's
All
good,
we
coach.
just cut it off.
Yeah,
right now.
that's good. That's good, coach speak right there, man. And coaches, maybe younger coaches are listening to this. They need to know, like, hey, you keep pouring in. You keep showing up every day. You keep bringing the energy, and good things are going to happen, right? You can't cheat the game.
No.
You can't cheat the game. Well, look, we still got more that I want to get into, more than I want to talk about. Maybe we'll throw it back to those Brookhaven Academy days here in a little bit, but we're going to kick it to a break next, and when we come back on Y'all Sports Radio, we'll have one more section with our buddy Abby Grace Richardson.
Good Hope Land and Timber is a full-service land and timber company that offers years of experience in forestry and land management. Our services include timber and land purchasing, timber management, plantation thinning, and development harvesting. Our company has an experienced logging force that is trained according to the Sustainable Forestry Initiative and best management practices. Give Sam Ballard a call at 601-669-5999 for all your timber harvesting and land management needs.
Welcome to Juan's Seed Store, your go-to spot for all your farming and agriculture needs right here in Brookhaven. Located at 636 Greenview Trail, we're much more than just a seed store. Need boots? We've got you covered with Durango, Rocky, Muddy, and Gator Wader brands. And if you're looking for style, rock and roll denim will keep you looking sharp while you work. We also carry durable key overalls and workwear. Shop with us Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Juan Seed Store, where we're so much more than just a seed store.
All right, we're back on Y'all Sports Radio. Got one more segment with our buddy Abby Grace Richardson. AG is coming off. She basically just came straight from Oklahoma City to the SuperTalk studios, and we were talking about Mississippi State baseball. And hey, who's your favorite Mississippi State baseball player?
I like Bryce Chance and the way he carries himself.
Oh man,
he's a pretty good guy.
For sure. Bryce Chance went to MRA, right, and fought for every opportunity he got to play, and stuck it out when others left, and that's a great one. Boy, that Parker kid can hit the ball, can't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. What if folks don't know what's it like being in the Dude whenever State's winning?
Oh my gosh, we went to the Dude. Let's see, we got home Sunday. We went Sunday night, or it may have been Saturday, whatever day we got home, and we got recognized at the Dude during the regional. It was shoulder to shoulder, cowbells everywhere. It was honestly giving
people
me
just
headache.
handing you hamburgers, sausage
smell
dogs,
of grills everywhere.
Yes, there's no atmosphere like the Dude.
It really. I think that everybody in our state realizes this, but they just need to know that when it comes to college baseball, nobody cares like Mississippi. Kind of similar to what we talk about when we talk about Colin playing Division II softball at the NJCAA level, and the fact that Pearl River won the national championship this year, Colin won it before, Jones has won it, and it's just like, hey, we care in a different way around here, and they care about softball at Brookhaven Academy. They care real deeply about it. And when you transferred in as a ninth grader, folks were telling me, they were like, oh, man, we got a good one. And you paired up in that senior class where it was you and Madison Moak and Emily Claire Felder and Bailey Goodson, 4 future college softball players. Tell me about that senior season. And I just remember – you guys carried so much expectations around on your shoulders, and then you delivered with a state championship.
I mean, my senior year they were my best friends, still real close to them, so it made it really easy to play.
Yeah.
And there was obviously a lot of pressure on us, but it was like we never felt it. Like we never felt the weight of the world on our shoulders because there were so many of us to pass it on to.
Yeah. Yeah, and it helped. You had great coaches, right?
Yes.
Coach Becky Flowers just pouring in, investing in you girls, and Coach Lisa Covington is an assistant, and it really I'll never forget that championship day. Was it Oak Forest in the championship or Silliman?
My senior year was Silliman.
Silliman, yeah. Beautiful day. The ballpark was packed, and there were huge grins on everybody's face.
Yeah.
All right, so you do that, and then you go to Colin the next year. When you stepped foot on campus at Colin, did you ever think you were going to end that freshman year as a national champ?
Honestly, I didn't know about national champions yet again, but I knew we had a very talented group. We had all kinds of talent on that team, and we had Coach Mel, obviously, to push us. So, I mean, it was in the back of my mind.
Hey, all year long, we were watching Breeley Phillips this year. She was kind of creeping close to your home run record.
Yeah, she was getting there.
Yeah. And we were like, man, is she gonna catch AG? Which, I mean, they almost hit 100 as a team.
I know.
But the season ended a little bit. Look, I want to tell you this. My wife Angela was telling me that Coach Amber Beal came in, assistant coach Colin came in her office yesterday, and they were talking about Colin losing in the national tournament, and there's a national championship expectation there, and so they were talking about being disappointed. But then I think you were in Norman at that time, and you FaceTimed them from the field, and Amber said just kind of like lifted their spirits.
That was the first person I called. I knew they had just been beaten, and obviously, but I had to call Coach Mel and Coach Amber after we beat them, and we're going to the World Series.
Oh, hey, That's remembering the people who care about you and giving them a lift whenever they needed it. Well, what do you got going on this summer? You doing hitting lessons?
I plan to start doing some lessons. I'm having knee surgery next Friday.
Okay.
So after I recover from that, I think I'm going to start giving a few lessons and giving back to the people who supported me my entire career.
Golly. All right, I feel really small. I was about to tell you to put the knee surgery off. Just strike while the iron's hot. Yeah. You can charge what you wanted to. Don't miss out on the business opportunity here. No, that's great. Good to hear your heart there. That's going to be outstanding. Hey, quick question for you. What about advice for young players today? Because we've heard your story about how, not really a hitting coach until later in your career. You just played and have fun, and I'm not leading you here, right, because you played with a lot of people who did have all that growing up. And so if you had to give advice to my daughter who is 11 years old and as a softball player, what would you say to her?
I would tell her to never give up on her dreams. If that's what she wants to chase, go get it. It's possible, even for a small-town kid like us. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter where you come from or whose you are. You need to remember that, and you need to remember the people who have gotten you to the places that you were going to go.
Yeah, outstanding. Yeah. No, I tell my daughter, I just want you to compete. Mm-hmm. Compete.
Yep.
And sadly, I've given her this great life where she doesn't really have to want for much, and her daddy loves her so much, and she knows it. And so I'm trying to make I'm trying to make her mean. I want her to compete and be mad with anybody else besides her little brother.
Yeah.
But hey, another question: nursing. What area are you thinking about going there?
I want to go into CRNA eventually and start putting people to sleep for surgery because I've always been intrigued with surgeries. I've had 4 myself. Well, about to be 4. Yeah. And my brother had, I think, 10. So growing up, I've always just been around that, and it intrigues me.
It's a very important job.
Yeah. I always wondered because, you didn't you have wrists, or was that Hunter had wrists?
Hunter had the wrist.
Yeah.
I had 3 on my left knee, and I'm about to have 1 on my right knee. That's the same exact thing.
Okay, what you getting done? Clean out, scope, or?
It's going to be an actual incision. It is, my hamstrings snap over each other.
Okay.
I have snapping hamstring syndrome, so it ends up kind of messing up the one on the bottom.
Okay.
So they're
snapping. I'm
here
learning
it comes.
stuff.
Here it comes. Here comes the joke. Give me one.
No, I'm learning. No, I don't even know if I have hamstrings.
I think that's Brandon's hamstring snapping when he's walking down the road.
No.
Yeah, you can hear mine snapping.
Same here. Yeah.
Wow, I'm learning. Yeah, that's the thing.
That's what happens when you work out, Cliff, and you exercise.
Yeah, I've been told. Well, look, we're gonna turn you loose, but I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you coming in and look. I think that you know this, right? You've always had a lot of eyes on you. You've always had people watching you, and you've always had people supporting you and pulling for you, and you've just made us proud. You just made Southwest Mississippi as a whole proud because we can look at you and say, that's our girl, So that's not going to change when you're done playing ball, And like I said earlier, it's so cool to have, you've got videos, you got pictures. I told her off air she's going to be a grandma one day. She's going to be showing her grandkids that double that she had against Oklahoma, right?
Yeah. But, I wouldn't trade it for the world. This is where I'm from, and I will give back to this community in any way possible.
She's got too much Fair River in her to leave, folks.
I know it.
That's Abby Grace Richardson. We're all super proud of her. She's been our guest this week on Y'all Sports Radio. When we come back, Brandon and I will wrap it up. Thanks, AG.
You're welcome.
Good Hope Land and Timber is a full-service land and timber company that offers years of experience in forestry and land management. Our services include timber and land purchasing, timber management, plantation thinning, and development harvesting. Our company has an experienced logging force that is trained according to the Sustainable Forestry Initiative and best management practices. Give Sam Ballard a call at 601-669-5999 for all your timber harvesting and land management needs.
Welcome to Juan's Seed Store, your go-to spot for all your farming and agriculture needs right here in Brookhaven. Located at 636 Greenview Trail, we're much more than just a seed store. Need boots? We've got you covered with Durango, Rocky, Muddy, and Gator Wader brands. And if you're looking for style, rock and roll denim will keep you looking sharp while you work. We also carry durable key overalls and workwear. Shop with us Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Juan Seed Store, where we're so much more than just a seed store.
All right, we're back on Y'all Sports Radio. I'm Cliff Furr, the Y'all and Y'all Sports, and I'm joined by my friend and co-host Brandon Shamatara. And Brandon, that's something I'm excited about, is to get folks like Abby Grace in fresh off of her season ending. We're going to have some more guests like that over this summer with Y'all Sports Radio. And like we said, man, just the amount of pride that this part of the state has in her, you almost just can't put it into words.
Man, just tremendous amount of support. And you see it at all levels around. I mean, from your football programs, baseball, softball, and just across the board. It's just this is a special place to live in southwestern Mississippi. We care about athletics. We care about the student athletes. And it shows because you listen to AG talk about wanting to give back. Well, I mean, that just doesn't come from her coming from a community that didn't support her. Yeah. She knew and she felt the support growing up, and she says, I want to give back just the way people gave to me.
Yeah, I mean, I no shade to the big city, but if she was from the woodlands outside of Houston, she doesn't have the connections that she has. It's small town life has its minuses, but its pluses just far, far outweigh. And one of the greatest pluses of small town living is being able to see somebody like AG starting as an 8th grader at Enterprise. She transfers to Brookhaven Academy. She wins the state championship. She stays at home, plays JUCO. She wins the national championship. And I loved what she said. Hey, this is a good way to end my softball career.
I mean, me being selfish, I'm like, no.
Get another year.
You get another year.
Some NIL money.
Probably won't cost that much for an attorney. I don't know how much all that costs, but big picture is, she laid it out there. It was the story moment ending there, just like in the movies. Man, just had a wonderful career, and she said, "This is a time for me to wrap it up." So glad we had her on, and that she was able to fit us in with all her media appearances.
That's right, and she's going to be a heck of a nurse, and that's what athletics does.
Yeah,
the NCAA does a lot wrong, but I do like that thing that they have where they say, most of us are going pro in something else in sports. That's and right. She is going to be a pro nurse.
I'll let her put me to sleep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if anybody ever starts acting up, she can just rear back with a vial of medicine and throw a heater upside. I mean, she is she's an impressive athlete. She's an impressive person, and just had a great time having her on the show. If you missed any of our episode, you can always find us on podcasts. I want to thank all of our sponsors again. Always have fun, Brandon, on Y'all Sports Radio. And until next time, we'll see y'all on the sidelines of Southwest Mississippi.
A SuperTalk Mississippi media production.